So look, this whole migrant crisis has been blowing up for a few days, and to be honest, I didn't really want to cover it. I knew it was fluffy, I knew there was a lot of fake news, but this has been taken to a whole new level. We'll get to that in a sec. So, why am I meaning by it's fluffy? Well, at the end of the day, this is happening around the same time that Congress is looking into the FBI and the handling of the Clinton server, James Comey, and that whole IG report. So it's a case of don't look over here where Congress is ripping the FBI to shreds. Pay attention to this manufactured incident. And I'm going to call it a manufactured incident because of the fact that they are hyping it up so much more than it really is. That's what I mean by manufactured. So, Right Wing Watch, make sure you put that in the quotes. So basically, Time Magazine has gone through and they've made a cover of the magazine with this crying migrant child looking up at Donald Trump, him looking down at her, saying, "Welcome to America." So you're probably wondering, where did they actually get that photo from? It's actually a Getty's image that was actually snapped right here. So you can see they've just gone through, extruded the kid from the image, put a red background, imposed Donald Trump looking down at her, and then basically made that as the cover. So they've gone through and they've labeled this, or they've tried to imply that this child is the face of the immigration debate. It's basically making out that she was split up from her parents, that she's been separated at the border, that whole narrative that they're trying to push. Now, luckily, mainstream media hasn't used the same image for the past few days. Oh wait, here.
In the Trump administration's political view, in their strategic worldview, anybody who complains about this
what she thinks and feels about what the United States government.
But yeah, this girl has been on pretty much every news as the face of the immigration debate. There's one problem. She wasn't separated from her parents. Time Magazine corrects cover story on crying migrant girl admits family was never separated. This was after the Border Protection Agency, I think it was the Border Protection Agency, went through, actually tracked down the mother, the daughter, and the father, and actually interviewed them. Because nothing says, oh wait, we got a story wrong, like someone plastering the actual real interview all over the internet. Time Magazine issued a correction to their most recent cover story on Friday, revealing that Yelena Hernandez, I'm mispronouncing that, who became world famous over a tearful image of her being separated from her family, was, in fact, never separated at all. The original version of this story misstated what happened to the girl in the photo after she was taken from the scene. read the correction at the bottom of their cover story. Quote, the girl was never carried away screaming by the US Border Patrol agents. Her mother picked her up and the two were taken away together. While there is no doubt the family separation policy at the border did take place, the revelation that Hasmina herself was not separated is a high-profile mistake for the iconic magazine. The magazine did, however, stand by their broader thrust of the piece, as that's what we're calling it. The June 12th photograph of the 2-year-old Hungarian girl became the most visible symbol of the ongoing immigration debate in America for reasons, said the magazine's editor-in-chief, Edward Fursell. Under the policy enforcement by the administration prior to its reversal this week, those who crossed the border illegally were criminally prosecuted, which in turn resulted in separation of children and their parents. Our cover, our reporting captured, this is the key words, the stakes of this moment. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're standing by it. I'm sorry, no. Okay, so at the end of the day, let's face facts. They went through, they've most likely done a Getty's image search. They found this image of a crying child, which looks like it might be standing out at the border or whatever it may be, and they've decided to plaster it not only on Time magazine, but on mainstream media. All these news correspondents who are talking about this image, who are going through and using this image, are misrepresenting the actual image. And this is not the only incident that we've found. All this. This is what is actually happening. These are fake images that have been used in mainstream media to try and push the narrative of the immigration debate. Now, I've put some notes on the actual pictures to let you know what the actual situation is. Some of them are back from 2014, some of them are from 2015, when Obama was in power. It's funny how the mainstream media didn't care about it then. But yeah, I find it extremely ironic that the group that advocates for abortions suddenly decides to care about what happens to children at the border.
Think of the children. Won't somebody please think of the children?
But yeah, look, at the end of the day, this is a huge mistake from mainstream media. And this is just completely debunks their whole narrative. Everything that they have been pushing for days has completely imploded. And it's going to damage the credibility of them so much more, just because they want to go through and misrepresent an image or misrepresent what actually happened. Back in the 80s, they were caught faking footage of being in a war zone. CNN, I believe it was. I can understand that because obviously, distance, communication, stuff like that. But the past few years, and this is something that a couple of friends and I were talking about in Discord, over the past few years, the Trump being in the White House has forced them to ramp it up to such an extent where you get them faking footage of Trump overfeeding koi fish, which wasn't exactly what happened. You get them going through doing images like this, where they're plastering this girl. And let's face it, they put this girl on the cover because of the fact it's emotional. They are trying to tug at people's heartstrings.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
It's an emotional trigger to get people on their side. They are manipulating their audience into falling for this fake news. All the news, the mainstream media over the past few days with their crocodile tears and fake footage of them being upset over children. I'm sorry, it is all bullshit. And mainstream media deserves to be called out, and rightfully so they are. I'm not the first one that's talking about this. I probably won't be the last. And this whole situation has just damaged their credibility so much. And at the end of the day, they deserved it. But guys, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Are you surprised by this sort of fake news that's coming out from mainstream media? Are you disappointed? Did you expect this sort of stuff coming out? Are you not surprised at all? Which I really hope we're not there yet, I tell you. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.